Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Kuroo, chapter 48, and this one is titled Home at Last. Pa had only been in hospital for a relatively short time, but in that time it seemed like he'd gotten to know every damn nurse on the ward and a hell of a lot of other patients, and you and Kuroo had to stop multiple times on your way from his hospital room to the front desk as Pa said his goodbyes to everyone. "Take care of Patricia," Pa called as he passed a female patient on his way to the front desk on his level, where the nurse was waiting with a wheelchair. "Who's Patricia?" you asked Pa once she had passed your group. "She's a pet cabbage," Pa said excitedly. "Imagine that." "Should she be on the mental health ward?" you asked with a chuckle. "Oh no, dear. Her husband, Bill, is in the mental health ward because he believes the cabbage is trying to ruin his and Macy's marriage." "Ah, right, I see," you said, throwing Kuroo that look. "He's lost the plot, poor Bill," Pa sympathised. "Mm-hmm," you hummed in agreement. Finally you got to the desk and sat Pa in the wheelchair, ready to take him home. As you were about to push off, another patient grabbed for the handles. "This is mine," he snapped in a shrill voice. "Herbert, go back to your room," the nurse who had given you the wheelchair snapped at the old man. "But I need to save the world," Herbert implored. "It's Sunday, love. The world doesn't need saving today," the nurse replied calmly, her reply obviously making sense to dear Herbert, who nodded and shrugged and then turned and shuffled off to his room. "Kuroo, get us the hell out of here," you hissed at the rooster-haired captain, who was watching Herbert leave with an amused look on his face. "Why? Quite like it here. It's very entertaining," he replied. "You are no help whatsoever," you hissed, pushing Pa's wheelchair to the elevator and then entering to go downstairs. "I'm going to be so glad to get back home," you said out loud to yourself. "Ice cream first, though," Kuroo reminded you. "Ugh, I literally have 2 grown-ass children to look after," you muttered. "Okay, where's the closest ice cream shop? Do they do drive-through? I'll grab one for the taxi driver as well," you added jokingly. "Let me call Tony," Kuroo said, pulling his phone from his pocket. "Wait, you have his number?" you asked with surprise. "Yeah," Kuroo replied, phone now pressed to his ear as he waited for Tony to answer. "Oh my god, Pa's going to be so pleased. Oh wait, Tony's probably going to be happier," you said with a chuckle, pushing Pa out the doors once the elevator had hit ground level. "Hi Tony," Kuroo greeted on the phone. "Are you in the area of the general hospital? We have Pa with us. He's ready to come home." There was a pause from Kuroo's end, but you could hear Tony babbling away excitedly on the other end, and you smiled when you looked at Kuroo's face and saw he was smiling too. "Yes, we'll wait," Kuroo said. "See you in 20 minutes. "He's coming?" you asked as Kuroo hung up from the call and put the phone down. "Yeah, he's on his way now," Kuroo replied. "Just have to wait for him." "Oh, good," you replied. "Today isn't going to be so bad after all." Kuroo stepped in behind you and quickly bent his head down to your neck to kiss you there, and then he grabbed for the wheelchair handles and started pushing with you. "You can let go, short stack. I'll take it from here," he said into your ear. "You just save some of that energy for later." Momentarily mute was the most accurate description of your state in that moment, but the minute you found your voice you let go and turned around, walking backwards while weakly flailing your arms against Kuroo's chest. "Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!" you squealed with embarrassment while he let out his unhinged laughter. "You're so fun to tease," he said happily. "Stop!" you wailed while giggling. Tony was there in record time, and he jumped out of the car and ran around to greet you all on the pavement. "Good man," he greeted your Pa, grasping both of Pa's hands in his. "I pray for you every day that you are in hospital. Dio ha ascoltato la mia preghiera. You are okay, you are okay." The innocent excitement of this Italian man made your heart swell, and your Pa grinned back at him. "Good to see you again, Tony, my friend." And you too, come, let's celebrate," Tony said, taking the bag that was sitting in the little carry tray at the back of the wheelchair. "There's been a request for ice cream," you said as you watched Tony run around collecting everything and preparing for the trip. "Bella, if your Pa wants ice cream, then that's what we shall get for him," he exclaimed. "Andiamo!" You and Kuroo shared a warm smile at Tony's enthusiasm and helped to get Pa into the taxi, with Kuroo riding shotgun this time. "Thank you for coming to get us, Tony," your man said respectfully. Sir, it is not a problem for me. It is an honour, Tony said, feeling exuberantly happy with the reunion of his sudden friend. Tony, my lad, take me to your finest ice creamery, Pa Warble slurred from the back seat beside you. But of course, Tony replied enthusiastically, pulling away from the curb and heading to the closest store. It was lovely to have Pa back again, and although you saw that he really was quite helpless with his left side of his body being immobile, he was still doing okay. The trip to the ice cream place was a welcome venture, and Tony even clocked off for a little bit to join your company. He was more than happy to wait for you all to finish and then take you home, saying it was the least he could do to help. Okay, we all done? You asked once everyone had finished up their ice creams. Let's keep going. All back inside Tony's taxi again, and you're off to the final destination, home. The house felt so much warmer as you opened the front door and stepped inside with Pa hanging onto your arm. Home, sweet home, you said happily as you walked in. So much has changed, Pa wobbled. Did we get a new clock? No, Pa. That plant is new. No, Pa. New carpets? No, Pa. Nothing's changed, you said with a chuckle. Even your cabbages are the same. My cabbages, he wobbled with delight, staggering forwards to see out the window to his patch of prized vegetables. It's good to have Pa home. Stay tuned for the next chapter coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.